be making dark chocolate banana bread muffins. Now, we got this recipe from Tasty. We will link the recipe in the description below. Now, let's get started. So first what you're going to do is this makes 4 muffins, by the way. You can double the batch if you want to make 8, or you can triple the batch if you want to make 12. So what we're going to do is we're going to take 1 banana, 1 full banana, then we're going to take, this is a potato masher. We find it's the best way to mash our bananas. So what we're going to do is, we're going to mash our
Make sure all the strings are off.
Well, not all the strings, but just like the ones that are around. Now we did edit this recipe a little bit. So the original recipe is in the description. Okay, so first we're gonna mash the banana, and we'll be back once this is all fully mashed. Hi! Okay, so now that our bananas are mashed, we are going to just kind of tap the potato masher, and then we're just going to make sure there's no big clumps in it with our spatula, and there aren't. So what we're going to do is we're going to take 1 egg, and we are going to crack it in.
Sometimes it's good to have a baggie, but if you're close to the trash can, that's also okay.
There, and now I'm going to wash my hands, and we'll be back once this 1 egg is fully mixed in to the banana. Bye! Guys, so we're in the middle of mixing it. It's not quite done yet, but we just wanted to share with you that with a spatula, ours didn't really mix that well, so you may want to use a whisk. But we'll be back once this is fully done. Okay, so now this is fully mixed, and also just wanted to tell you guys we got something new for baking and cooking, and we'll share it with you at the end of this video.
So you'll have to wait until then. Okay,
so now what we're going to do is, Now what we're going to do is, we are going to add, oh my gosh. Okay, we are going to add to our egg and banana mixture, you can't see it, but we are going to switch back to our spatula, and to
large
this,
spatula.
Yes, we are going to add the rest of our wet ingredients. So we're going to add
yogurt.
We're going to add
yogurt.
Greek yogurt. Now, you should use Greek yogurt instead of vanilla, or just because Greek yogurt is plain yogurt and vanilla has a slight taste to it. So this is 1/8 of a cup of Greek yogurt. We're just going to add that in. Now, once that's in, we are going to stir this to combine, and we'll be back once this is fully stirred. So we're back. Our Greek yogurt is all mixed in. Now, it's a very lighter color than before. Now, we are going to add maple syrup and vanilla extract. Now, one thing I may add is if you cannot get your hands on Greek yogurt, you can use vanilla yogurt, and we just didn't, you can use just not as much vanilla extract if you don't have Greek yogurt. So now, we are going to add, we mix together our maple syrup and vanilla, and this is 1/8 of a cup of maple syrup, aka 2 tablespoons, and it is 1/3 of a teaspoon of vanilla extract. If you are using vanilla yogurt though, you may want to do a little less than that. So we're going to add that in, and we're going to make sure we get it all out with our small spatula, because you never want to waste any. There we go. Now we're just going to mix that in until well combined. And we'll be back once this is all very well combined. Okay, so this is all fully mixed in. We just noticed it got a little tanner, but it didn't really change in color all that much with it. But it probably depends on what type of maple syrup you're using. We're using the natural maple syrup. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna add our flour and our cocoa powder and our baking soda. So what we're gonna do is we are going to add, a third of a cup of all-purpose flour. Now in the original recipe it says whole wheat flour, but we are using all-purpose flour. So we're gonna add that in. Then we are going to add our cocoa powder. We are using dark cocoa powder, and our baking soda. So there is a third of a teaspoon of baking soda in here, and there is an eighth of a cup of cocoa powder. So we're gonna add that in, make sure we get it all out. And we're just gonna kind of scrape it to the ones that stuck to the bowl, to the stuff that stuck to the bowl. Now we're just gonna mix this until fully combined. And you need to preheat your oven to 350 degrees. Lucas will go do that. So, just so you know, you need to be patient while cooking. And with this recipe, the dry ingredients do take a little while to fold in or mix in. Now we're just going to, now that our oven is preheated to 350 degrees, since this is taking a little while and we don't want to bore you guys with just mixing it, we'll be back once this is all fully mixed together. Bye! Hi, okay, we're back. This is all fully incorporated. And when you do this, you want to make sure you get all of the batter off the edges too, and flour, just so you have all of it. Now what we're going to do is we are going to add an eighth of a cup of milk. Now in the original recipe, they used almond milk. We are using whole milk. Okay, so now we're going to add the milk and just mix it in. It should go in pretty easily. And then we need to get the chocolate chips. Now it's going to be a quarter cup of chocolate chips, and you're going to gently fold them into the batter. So we're going to pour them into the batter. Now, the original recipe for 4 of them used an eighth of a cup, but we're using a quarter cup because we love chocolate chips. Okay, so now that this is all folded in very nice, we are going to pour it into our measuring cup.
You should probably clean it out.
Yeah, we're gonna clean it out. And
you don't need to clean it super well, but it's like just like rinse it out maybe, because ours had the milk in it just a second ago.
And while you're doing that, for this recipe it makes 4 muffins, just so you know. Again, so we got 4 cupcake liners, and we are going to get our
This is for 12. We're not cooking 12. We don't have anything smaller. We don't have a smaller tin.
So you guys can double or triple the recipe, or just go into the description. They made 12, but we're making 4.
Now you're gonna want to line all the cupcake tins with one of these.
And the one we're making, remember, we'll only make 4. We just want to make that clear. So now that this is washed, we are going to pour this all in to it.
This is what the cupcake tin looks like. It's filled.
Sorry, you can't see it really.
Yeah. See,
there, we're making 4. So
you're gonna want to try to pour about equal batter into each cupcake tin.
Yes. So you can see here, this it's dripping, but there's still. Some people will call this finished, but there's still a lot of batter left in here. So you just want to make sure you get all of it out. So we'll be back once we've got all of the batter out. Oh, hi! Okay, so we just got all of our batter out.
This is finished.
Yes,
that is
so now
finished.
We're just going to put these in the sink and make sure, though, sorry if the sink's a little loud, make sure to always get all the batter off of your spatulas as well. Now we're just going to place this in our bowl, and I'm going to get the cupcake tins So whenever you're making a recipe like this, you always want to get extra cupcakes. So we got 4, but we aren't totally sure if that's how much it's gonna make. So I think we might just go get some extra just in case, and we'll take them out if it just makes 4. So we'll be back once we've got those.
We're back, and we decided on getting 2 extra, just in case. This probably won't do it. It probably won't be a problem.
So we're going to pour in around halfway full to 3/4 full is what works for us.
Because they expand a lot?
Yes. Halfway full, 3/4 full, or like 2/3 full.
Wow, would you look at that? We need more cupcake tins.
Yeah.
Our batter made a lot of cupcakes.
So
Oh
we
no,
only
that's
need like
one more. Yeah, we probably need one more.
So that's why we got our extra cupcake tins.
It just sometimes uses more.
Yeah.
And it's always good to be safe.
Yep.
It's also kind of satisfying where like the batter kind of pushes the tin down. Did you notice that when you were pouring your batter? It's kind of satisfying.
Now.
Okay, sorry I interrupted the video on accident. Well, did you see all of our cupcake tins? They look really good.
So I'm just adding a little more to one of these because one of them doesn't have very much extra, it doesn't have very much batter. Now that we're done with this, we cleaned it out, we're going to put that away in the sink. So now we're going to put these in the oven we're going to put them in the original recipe recommended 30 to 35 minutes, but that's for 12 cupcakes. Now we only have 7 here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put it in for 20, test it, and by testing it, we mean just stick a toothpick in and see if it comes out clean. If it does come out clean, it's done. If it doesn't, put it in for another 10 minutes. And when these are done cooking, we'll tell you exactly how long it took. Bye! So we're putting it in the oven. It's at 350 degrees. So we're opening the oven up, and we're gonna put our cupcake tins in. So,
Be very careful while doing this. You might want to get an adult.
yes.
I just started.
Okay, well, we'll see you guys and these cupcakes when it's done. Now we're gonna set a timer for 20 minutes, and we'll check on them then. So it's been 20 minutes now. We are going to take them out and test them just to see if they're done.
They look pretty done, but you can never be sure until you try.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna close the oven now.
And Lauren
Is gonna test them. So you're gonna put them down, and you're gonna take off the oven mitts. It'll be sure a lot easier, wouldn't it?
And you take out one toothpick.
And then do it in the biggest one, because the biggest one.
It looks like this one.
Yes, that is the biggest one.
It comes out pretty clean. So now we know that the cupcakes are done.
So now we're gonna get out our cooling racks.
Yeah.
And we're gonna put them on the cooling racks, and we'll be back with you once they're all on the cooling racks. Hi. Okay, so we got these all onto the cooling racks.
Great.
They look so yummy. Now the bad thing about this is we need to wait 10 minutes for these to all cool. We'll be back with you then. We'll cut one open and we'll try
see
it.
what's inside. We'll eat it. Yep. Bye. And then we'll show you the
big
surprise. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Okay, here's our cupcake. Muffin. We're going to be cutting it now. Okay.
So these muffins are a little hard to get out of the muffin thing, so you may just want to grease your pan and not put them in a cupcake thing. But we did,
and it's too late. So we're gonna cut it up.
We're gonna cut it in half.
And we're both gonna have half.
There we go.
And it is delicious.
It's so good.
We really recommend you check this out and do this recipe. It's pretty cool. But now for the surprise.
We'll be back in a second and bring it in.
Okay, for this, we need to actually bring it over here, the iPad. It's actually in our pantry. We didn't use it for this recipe, but I want you guys to guess what it is. 3, 2, 1. A stand mixer. We always wanted one of these. It's a big one. There's a little focus on it.
There we go. And that's the surprise. So, we'll see you next time.